was all recording, otherwise I've been talking bollocks for a long time. Morning all, on this bright and sunny February morning here in Snozzle. So, very quick field test vlog for the brand new Benro GD3WH Geared head. Got 2 sheets of film. I've spotted composition in the local playing area, which I'd like to give a go. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. So we've come to a local park, a place called Bethel, just on the fringes of St Austell, and there's some trees, some birch trees planted here. I thought they caught the morning light quite interestingly. Also potential for images if I swing this around a little bit of the play equipment. A bit noisy here, and they're about to start doing roadwork for the looks of it as well. Joy. So I'm going to see if I can work out a composition involving these birch trees, newly planted. I kind of like the angle. Let's see if I can work something out anyway. Right, I'm going to switch this off now, and I'm going to get my other tripod so I can do some talking to camera while I'm setting up. Okay, so the tripod's now in place. I'm going to try and fine tune the composition and get the Intrepid 4x5 set up on the Benro Geared head in the field. Okay, so we've got a quiet moment on the traffic, so camera set up level, composition's more or less dialed in under the dark cloth. Is always important. So, what I was saying, exposure was this again. So 8 per second. So the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree are not simultaneously in focus. In other words, the tree is leaning slightly away from me, which means the plane of focus is at that angle. So to deal with that, it's a very slight put the front tilt on. This is a magic 4x5. And I'll probably do a quick wrap up in the chronograph office to say how I found my experience of using the Benro. I'm just going to call it the Benro from now on. Okay, so back in the chromograph office, aka my little cubby hole, which I do all my editing, processing, scanning on, but not the darkroom stuff, that's in the big shed. So, what my initial impressions in the field of the Benro geared head? Yes, basically it works, and that's really important. So I've got it set up so that I just put the Intrepid on the head, and that went straightforwardly. You can see that all the controls work nice and smoothly, quite resistant, so they don't feel like they're going to loosen off, and of course they are very precise. I think it'll take me a while to really get used to it, from using a bald head where you're just used to that very quick movements, and there's a few things that will take me a long time to get used to. The adjustment of the plate is done via this knob, which has a locking function, and to me it's not really quite intuitive, but that's probably just me. But I will get used to it, and it certainly does save the possibility of a camera tipping over when you're trying to take it on and off. Spirit levels, yes, they work fine, and I would recommend, certainly with large format, you set it up so it's level in both axes before you start trying to put the camera on, because although with my large format camera it has spirit levels on the top, that doesn't cover all the axes. So yes, setup beforehand is key. The function where you can just twist the little knurled part of the knob and you can get quick movements is probably less important with a large format camera, because you're very rarely going to be making that kind of adjustment. But for my medium format Bronica, which he says it was an easy thing to attach, and now he finds it's not easy. It's because it's user error time. That's because I didn't have it properly, and that's what I'm going to have to get accustomed to, a slightly different way of doing things. I have been, and again, which way you adjust things. So using medium format, it's quite quick to get the various adjustments that you need. Certainly with 4.5 like this 6x4.5, you're going to need to be able to turn the camera to 90 degrees very quickly. That is excellent, actually. Of course, with a square format camera that wouldn't be essential. The ability to do this, so moving the camera around, you can see altering it in fine increments is very useful. The only thing I would say is occasionally when you're starting to move it after you've used the coarse adjustment bits, there is sometimes just a little tiny bit of a jump, but I don't, yeah, so just happened just there. I'm also mildly, not hugely concerned that the springs used to keep the tension on these coarse adjustment knobs, as here, I wonder how resistant they are to things like salt air, of which there's a lot down here in Cornwall, and also, you know, general wear and tear. Also the finish on the tripod head, yes, that's going to get scratched and damaged, because tripods by their very nature are things that take a heck of a lot of hammering. So long term, let's see how it stands up. I'll perhaps do a few close-up pictures for you guys to see, so get an idea of it. But yes, first impressions work fine, does what I need it to do, and certainly for the large format it makes the process of composing that much more precise, which is really what you need. Less so with medium format, but still really quite useful, particularly if you're thinking about doing panos, which I think is my next step. So overall, 1.5 thumbs up. Only minus points for it's more cumbersome. You know, it is slower in operation, so it's not a tripod head for bird watching, because that will just annoy the heck out of you. It's probably not even a tripod head for most day-to-day use, but for landscapes where you're spending a lot of time on a tripod, where you're using large bulky cameras that are difficult to adjust on a ball head. And I'll perhaps do a comparison video maybe with my ball head for the Leofoto tripod and explain the difference between something that's quick and easy to use but has its downsides, and something which is slow to use but is more precise. Okay, that's enough warbling from me. So, will I be returning the Benro? No, I don't think so. I'll be keeping it. And also, I got it at a good price, courtesy of Wex, who gave me a nice £20 discount. So, a very reasonable price for a very sturdy tripod head. So, recommended for a certain group of people, but not for everybody. Okay, that's enough from me. Over and out. See you in the next one.